Welcome to the Home Services Home Show, where you learn everything you need to,
and a whole lot you don't.
probably more of what you don't, but we're going to try to keep it, we're going to try to teach you something.
Well, every time.
Something little every single time. So, what do we want to talk about today?
How was your
Josh?
weekend?
Weekend. It was good.
Yeah?
It was a beautiful weekend. So we've got a little cabin about an hour and a half north of here, and it's always there's that one bittersweet weekend where
Before reality sits in.
take the boats out,
Sure. Docks.
boat, and a dock and all that fun jazz. And so this weekend was going to be real nice. We figured, hey, let's get up there. We'd take the boat out. But the Badgers played on Saturday.
Well, they were scheduled.
played. So it was like, the Badger game's on Saturday, but it's supposed to be 75 and sunny on the lake. I tell you what, here's what we'll do. Because my wife's like, I don't care about the Badger game. I'm like, oh, well, I do.
Right.
So
She won, didn't she?
We'll take the boat out, and then we'll have some fun, and then we'll see what it's like around halftime, and then we'll maybe go to the bar and grill, and we'll eat and finish a game there. Yeah, no, we didn't do that.
No.
I just said skip it. Now I'm not wasting my day.
Good idea.
I feel bad saying that because I love the Badgers. They are my team. There's a lot of times that I'm gonna watch a Badger game. Bigger fan than I am for the Packers. But when you have that guy come to your house
Right.
and beat you
Humiliate you.
like that,
Right.
that guy.
Yep.
I have a nickname for him. I don't think I can say it on the show. Can you bleep it out if I say it? Okay.
That's going to be
Hold
good.
on. You know, bleep that out. It wasn't a swear word, just so y'all know. It's just not very nice. But maybe that's just because I'm a little, he beat us. Anyway.
Smoked you.
So that was, and then we found out yesterday that McIntosh, the AD, officially came out and fired Christ. Now, if you're a fan or not,
Well, I think the article you were looking at earlier
so I was just
really
looking
puts
at
it perfect.
Sports Illustrated article, and it headlines, Paul Chryst falls victim to college football's new ruthless way of life. Bottom line is you got to be a winner.
Yeah, Nick Saban will never get fired, I
He'll
promise
never
you.
get fired. It'll
No.
never happen.
Winners win.
Winners win. And winners want to go where winners are.
Correct. That's called culture.
And I still believe in the Wisconsin Badgers. I still believe in their football program. But let's be honest. When you pack 85,000 people into that stadium, that brings a lot of money in.
And a lot of expectations as well, right?
High expectations, a lot of money. And when you're not winning, it is what it is. Wisconsin fired its coach Sunday after a 2-3 start, casting aside the Madison native who oversaw 7 successful seasons. Now, successful,
Relative term.
what is successful?
Right.
Did they ever make the college football playoffs?
No.
No.
Were they
So-
competitive? Sure.
Yeah. I mean, beat the teams they should beat.
Correct.
Never beat the teams that no one expects them to beat.
Correct.
And if you want to get the best recruits, the top recruits, you have to win.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Well, there's a reason that the culture to get into Alabama or Ohio State or any of those top programs, there's a reason that's there.
Mm-hmm. And now with the NIA money, everything's changing.
Correct.
Everything's changing. I read an article that stated, I'm not even going to say what college program it was, but it's one in the Big Ten very close to us. They estimated that it would cost $20 million in donor money per season to keep their program running,
Wow.
to pay the players to come in there, because it's just what it is.
It is what it is, right?
I don't know if Wisconsin has that type of money flowing through its program. I don't know.
Well, that goes back to the whole analogy of the whole conversation of is it good for football or not? Regardless, it's going to happen, right?
I don't think it is, but it is what it is.
Right.
Right?
You either win or you lose, and
If I'm going to go to college and I'm a 4 or 5 star, I'm probably going to go where I'm going to get paid the most.
correct,
That's what it comes down to.
and have visibility and knowing
What it comes down
what
to.
you're. I mean, take a 5-star recruit like we have here that probably will never make the NFL.
Tons of them.
Right.
Our quarterback was a 5-star recruit.
Right, that's what I mean. And
He might not be a starter anymore. Definitely ain't going to the NFL. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, my weekend was a little more relaxed. I was up northern Wisconsin, and if you haven't got up there lately, man, is it beautiful. The fire, from where I'm at, up in Green Bay and Appleton, and we don't have the real hardwoods.
Matunga.
That's where we were.
Matunga.
Man, they have the hardwoods up there, and those ridges of maples are just on fire. It's like literally like the hillsides are on fire. It is the coolest place right there, and it's just beautiful. So, if you're looking for something to do up north in Wisconsin right now, is the place to be. So,
Did you win?
no, we took second. Yeah, the toughest fishing tournament I might have fished in a long time.
First loser.
I know.
Way to
I
go.
feel like Paul Christ didn't win.
You took second, though.
Yeah, but that's not
pretty good.
You didn't win.
You
Yeah.
win money?
But Badgers took second to this week too.
Yeah, the Badgers took second this week.
Was
Was it close?
Nah, the team that won really deserved to win. They really caught him.
I guess you should have tried to do what that walleye team did. You would have won by a lot, probably.
Oh boy, is that's a
you guys see that?
shame.
No?
No, there was some walleye guys out in Lake Erie that
Good ones.
good
too.
ones. Yeah, they were solid anglers. They were
They were going to win anglers
anglers of the year and
Like they've won thousands. Did you see it?
tens of thousands of dollars, right? I mean, they're they had a good reputation
They're famous now. They're famous
for the wrong reason.
for the wrong reason.
When you stuff 8 pounds of lead into fish,
I mean, at least be a little bit subtle about it.
right?
You stuffed 8-pound bricks of lead down a fish's throat. You could see it.
Yeah, it's not
You-
what you should
the
do.
fish. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you should do it.
Right.
But like, holy crap!
And they didn't need to.
They probably didn't need to. It's
Oh.
and then how long have they been doing it?
Right. Well, that's the whole thing, right? So you don't know, and now now it's
One would assume that wasn't the first time. I don't
Right.
think the first time you're going to be like,
yeah. Let's
let's go with 1-pounders to start off with.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
you'd probably start smaller.
Well, you got your first taste of competitive bass fishing this last year in spring up in the Sturgeon Bay Open,
Yeah.
and it's a drug, right? I mean, competitive fishing is a great sport. It's highly competitive. It's great.
I wouldn't feel right
no,
winning. Like that
no,
would-
the camaraderie that goes with that sport. I mean, the friends we've met, and even your first year there, no one knew you walking up to it. Now you walk, and the next time we go there, you're gonna know everybody. Then it's a great group of guys, and
it was awesome.
it was fun. So it's a shame that the industry and the sport got a black eye like it did. But hats off to
Again,
that tournament director did a great job of protecting them, right? Because if that was in Wisconsin, there probably would have been an old fashioned mop stomp in the parking lot.
I was waiting. Like I started watching that video and they cut that fish open and they pulled that weight out. And I was literally waiting for a haymaker to come out from behind.
Find it right.
Like
Yeah.
he couldn't say anything.
Yeah, the tournament. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna say? Like,
You have anything to say?
no.
Yeah. I have a boat for sale. I'm done fishing
Forever.
forever.
Right. Yeah, it's a shame.
But anyway,
Yeah. No, it was but for me it was a good weekend. Though we did some fishing on Saturday, and then I did some college tours late last week with my daughter. She's a senior. It's hard to believe my baby girl's a senior and going off to college next year, but
you raised a child smart enough to go to college?
yeah, 2 of them actually. Can you believe that?
It's incredible.
My wife did an amazing job.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, but no, we were down in Alabama and Troy University in Alabama and the University of Tennessee this last weekend. So it was
Nice.
fun. Yeah, beautiful campuses. Way two different spectrums, right? Troy is a small, really cool, hip, clean, new campus, and University of Tennessee is huge. Great culture, giant. You walk,
cool colors though.
Yeah.
I like it.
yeah, people bleed orange there for sure.
No
It-
doubt.
It was fun. So next
Yeah.
stop, we're off to another set of colleges. So we'll figure it out.
Huh.
Yeah,
I got time to wait.
you got some time, but it'll happen fast.
I bet.
Yeah, 7th grade turns into senior year real fast.
Yeah.
So don't blink. Yeah, and then COVID made it really bad, right? So
Yeah,
you
for
think
sure.
about how
They missed
fast
a couple years
my kids really. I mean, the high school experience. I feel bad for your age group because they lost out on good learning years. My kids lost out on the fun years, sophomore, junior, senior. Those should have been fun years. But
No doubt.
is what it is, and we can't turn back time.
No.
So, Packers.
Should we talk about the Packers? I mean,
Yeah.
we'll get to home show stuff.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
When you have a fun week in Wisconsin, you got to take advantage of it.
Packers, New England, not the same New England.
But you still have the guy in the sidelines of
I was
Belichick.
going to say, what other coach could come to Lambeau Field, put in a backup quarterback, and take the Packers to overtime?
Well, a backup, and then get your backup hurt, put your third stringer in.
I didn't even see that. That happened?
Yeah,
Sitting in a tree stand.
the third string quarterback had to come in the first quarter.
Third string quarterback.
The second string,
Who's this third string?
the guy that finished the game. Yeah. So
What?
their starting quarterback's out with a high ankle sprain. So then the second string starts. He takes a shot to the head. The refs are a little bit more sensitive because after what happened last week,
Yep.
So the refs and the doctors, they pulled him, and they so then he was out for the game, and third string comes back in, and only Belichick can have a game plan.
Shane's letting us know that we're talking sports too much right now.
Oh, all right, time to tone it down. That's producer Shane, by the way.
Yep.
So anyway,
Yeah, overtime win. Hey, it's all good.
hey, they don't ask how, just how many, right?
No. Do we want to talk about the next one?
We could,
Game?
yeah, kind of some cool stuff going on.
London?
Kind of a
Packers, Giants, London, and the home services home show will be there.
we'll be there. Probably not going to record from there. Maybe we'll shoot some videos.
We'll shoot some videos.
We'll give them to producer Shane and
Tottenham Stadium, the soccer thing. I don't really know what that's all about, but it's a big, beautiful stadium. Packers, the Giants. It's sold out. Should be incredible.
should be a good experience.
It's my first time in London.
I've never been to London.
Your first time in London. I'm told they dress nicer than we do in Wisconsin. I told my wife I don't care.
I'm a tourist.
Yeah, she's like, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. Don't care.
Don't wear white and red like Waldo, and you won't stick out.
So we'll be able to talk about that on another show. But yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
It'll be fun. It's been kind of a dream trip. We've all been talking about. Our wives have been talking about.
Pretty awesome.
It happened to be the Packers are there this
Well,
year.
and we're going to be there with the head cheese.
The head cheese.
And if nobody knows who the head cheese is, that is someone we've known for a number of years. His name is Dave Sinekin, and he's actually hosted the Packer radio show on KFan
KFan, which is the Vikings flagship station in Twin Cities.
in St. Paul, Minneapolis. So he's had a Packer radio show on the Vikings radio network for 20 plus years, and it's kind of like a fan trip, I think. Like
Yeah,
people are
yeah. We'll be with other cheeseheads.
other Packer fans
Yeah.
from the Twin Cities
Twin
mostly.
Cities,
So
yeah.
yeah, it should be awesome.
Should be fun.
So I think the good lead-in for today is talking about the Badgers,
Mhm.
talking about, the Patriots lost to the Packers in overtime, but
Right.
they all have what?
A recipe.
They have a recipe for success.
Correct.
The Badgers' recipe for success has not been working.
Nope.
So what do?
You got to change it up.
You change it up. You change up leadership.
Correct.
You got to make the change before the wheels like really, really, really fall off.
Correct. And that recipe for home improvement contractors is really simple at face value, right? It's something that both of our business have done it, and we
work really, really hard at.
that's our focus, right? As leadership, that's what you focus on the details of the recipe.
That's it.
And the product will turn out, right? And we've always said that when it comes down to it. So the question came from Sam in Iowa. He says, I'm starting a new roofing company in southern Iowa, and I've only done about 8 or 9 roofs so far. What's the number one thing you can do to help me scale my company, right? So, holy cow, he wants to go deeper off the bat. But the recipe
This might be a 2-part.
the recipe
show.
the recipe is simple, right? If you market well, you sell with integrity, you install with passion, and lastly, you service to a fault. Right? The 4 simplest things in a home improvement business.
It's not that simple though.
Market well, sell with integrity, install with passion, and service to a fault. When you do that, there's one person that wins the most, and that is your customer.
Mhm.
Right? The problem is, it's easy to say it, it's hard to live it, it's hard to do it. Because marketing, at face value, you can spend money on marketing, right? But then comes the next one, and that is selling with integrity. And most home improvement contractors, man, that is a struggle.
Most home improvement contractors sell by trying to give the cheapest price.
Correct.
Now, I don't say that they do that because they're bad or they have ill intentions. I still believe that 99% of all contractors have the best of intentions in mind. The problem is that when you don't charge what you need to, you don't charge what you're worth,
Correct.
things happen. You can't do a great job.
Right. And there's only one person that gets hurt, and that's the customer.
That's the customer.
Yep. The experience isn't what they were expecting.
It should be a great experience from start to finish. So, Sam, that recipe for success, you said it perfectly.
Yeah.
It market well, sell well, install with. Say it again. What's you?
the four recipes are super simple. You got to market well, you got to sell with integrity, you have to install with passion, and lastly, you have to service to a fault. Yep. When you do that, everybody wins. The customer wins. When the customer wins, your business will grow. They'll succeed. And and those are the things that if I look at where we came from at Lindus Construction, those are the lessons we were being taught when we were much younger.
We didn't know we were being taught.
We had no idea.
That's just what they did.
That was their culture. That was the Nick Saban culture in home improvements. Like there was no chance that a customer wasn't going to get a good experience. Like that's what the Lindus did.
Yeah.
So when we came here to Madison and to Neenah, that's all we knew. Right? And I remember Emily telling me, she goes, "It's simple. Do what works and don't do what doesn't work, and you'll be successful." I'm like, well.
And they've done everything that doesn't work.
And
they know it.
She said, "Don't do what we did sometimes."
Yep.
And keep those four things in mind, and your customers will be happy, and your business will grow when your customers are happy.
Because they do what? They tell neighbors.
Yep.
They tell everybody about it. So
and neighbors trust neighbors.
Correct.
So when you get that first job in that street and they love the experience, because at the end of the day, people will forget about the products you put on, but they'll never forget the experience.
Yep. The experience. We hear it all the time. We see our reviews or we talk to homeowners, we follow up calls, and it's never, oh, the materials you put on my roof, they're so great.
Right. They never say that.
They don't never say that because that's expected.
Correct.
It's expected that we're going to come out, we're going to take the old roof off, we're going to use the materials that we told them we were going to use.
Yep.
We're going to replace it with a great roof. But what they will remember is if they found a pile of nails in the yard.
Correct.
If they found shingle scraps in the yard.
Or scheduling was not easy.
Scheduling was a pain in the butt. If they were told we were going to come out one day and then we had to cancel, or we had to cancel again, or the material didn't, that's what, remember, that's the experience. The expectation is that their roofing project or gutter project or whatever we're doing is going to get done and it's going to be great.
Right.
It's everything else that matters.
How they feel when it's done. When the experience has been awesome and that customer feels good and it says, you know what, man, that was the funnest money I ever spent. And not only was it was fun, enjoyable, but I know we did the right thing with the right people. That's when you start seeing, we both seen in both our offices that you get on a block and it just spreads like wildfire, right? And it's because they enjoyed the experience.
Yes. That's what it's all about. When they say, hey, your installers, they were so nice. They were so courteous. They were singing. They're having a great time. They were fast. They're efficient. Their cleanup was really, really good. Like
that's the installing with passion.
Everything. Because there's a lot of contractors that can put a roof on.
Oh, for sure.
Thousands.
But
how's it going to go the whole time? And then after it's done and they have an issue, heaven forbid you have an issue, are they going to answer the phone and are they going to come out?
Are they going to service that customer to a fault?
To a fault.
Correct.
I think there's an issue. We're going to come out.
Correct.
It doesn't have to be like your roof is leaking. Like, I think there's something wrong.
Correct. It doesn't have to be an attorney conversation, right?
No.
If you have, and that's the simplest thing, right? When people said, hey, we trust you with our home and we have a concern, if you're on it right away, and hey, well, let's go check it out, right? Because you paid for that experience, they're like, oh yeah, that was the right contractor, did the right job. And guess what? It was nothing that we had to worry about. But now I know that all the money I spent, it was worth it.
Absolutely.
So the 4 recipes, man, when I wish that, and it's funny, people say, well, why do you tell everybody what the recipe for success is? Because I wish more people did it.
Yeah.
But,
more people do it. I mean, contractors can get a bad rap.
Correct.
I think that's changing more nowadays with social media, with internet, with reviews. Like, you can really see if someone's good or not.
When they jack a project up, it goes viral.
It goes viral real fast, so people are going to know. Unfortunately, it's really easy for a contractor to close down and start up under a new name, and that happens. So if we tell other contractors what to do, I have other friends in the industry, and they'll ask me what to do, and I will literally tell them everything.
Right. Give them the recipe.
But you know what? They don't do
They
it
don't do it.
because it's really easy for me to tell somebody what to do. It's not that easy to always do it.
When you trust the systems that you have set up,
Right.
that allow for those things to happen, it's easy for us because those systems are in place. And the term we would use, trust the system, right? And when that happens, it's just what we do.
Yeah.
You don't think nothing of it.
And that is our term: is how was the experience?
Mhm.
What's the experience like? Be part
Of the experience. That's both our taglines on our vehicles.
Be part of the experience because it should be good from start to finish. The actual project itself, that's a given.
Right.
That's a given.
Right.
It's going to get done. It's going to be great. But what was everything else like?
Right.
And I think that there's not enough homeowners out there that have the expectation that they should.
Well, and if that's one advice I can give the homeowners is you should be asking, what is the experience going to be like? Because the expectation that any project you do, if it's windows, siding, gutters, roofs, decks, kitchen remodels, whatever, the homeowner should expect that the job is going to be done right. Like you should expect that when you're paying your hard-earned money, it should be done right. But the question I'd ask the contractors is, what is the experience like? Like, what am I going to feel through the process? And some contractors may get uncomfortable when you ask them that, but it's a legitimate question that customers should ask. How am I going to feel, and what is the experience going to be like during the process?
When Nick Saban recruits, he talks about success.
Oh yeah,
He says, "Hey,
Yep.
I'm sure he talks about education.
right.
Maybe.
They're in college, right?
Maybe you're in college. Come here, get a great education, have a great experience.
And win national championship.
You want to win a national championship and have the best possibility of going to the NFL? Yeah, I do.
Right.
All right, come here.
Come here.
Come here.
But now when that happens, well, what is his expectations of those players then? Just as high.
Huge.
As high as the expectations are for the program.
What he says is, do what I tell you.
Correct. Do what works. Don't do what
This
doesn't
is our
work.
system. Do our system,
Yep.
and we're going to give you the best opportunity to play at the next level and or come and be a successful college player and get a college degree.
Right.
You have to do what we tell you.
Correct.
And that's what we've done to other people. And for homeowners, like that's what you should be looking for when it comes to a contractor. What's
Right.
the experience like? Are they going to service it to a fault?
Correct. Well,
So
Recipe's easy. You just got to follow it.
recipe's easy. You just got to follow it. That's like when people say, how do I get in shape? Eat less and work out. It's really that simple, but it's not.
Right.
Right. So I think that's it.
That's
for
cool.
today.
Yeah, that's good wrap. That's a good session, I think.
I think we talked about some good stuff. Hopefully you learned everything you needed to,
And a whole lot you don't.
and a little bit you don't. Please submit questions. We want listener and viewer questions.
Thank you, Sam, for that one from Iowa. That was I
Sam.
never saw Iowa coming in the mix, but
Yeah, I want Sam to keep up with us and get back with us and see if maybe what do you say, 7 or 8 roofs?
yeah, 7 or 8 roofs. Yeah,
7 or 8 roofs. I mean, that's where we started.
Yep.
I think we did 11 in our first year. So
a little different now.
a little different. What are we gonna do now? Like maybe 400?
Yeah, 400, 500 together.
500 this year. So we're up there. So that's our show for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
And we'll catch you next time.
All right, we'll see you.
Thanks, guys.